wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK. Welcome back to the jungles of Chult and the tomb of Annihilation later. Not now. Other things to do first. Backstories to interact with first.
Right.
So, a massive
Also
hello to
cartoony
everyone
stuff.
in chat. Lovely to see some regular names in there. Kraken's Homebrew, welcome in. Papa Dragon, good to see you. And Jesters, welcome. I hope that everyone is sitting comfortably. Hey, Phantom, thank you. The important information coming through. Okay, and Robblejax too. Hey, Robblejax. Right. Robblejax, did you sort out your Phoenix dice with Michelle?
Ooh.
Congratulations again on that. And let us continue where we left off last time. Our fabulous adventurers here, that you see arrayed before you. Titty window! Sorry.
How to do it?
I'm like a dog. It's like cat. It's like squirrel. It's like titty window. Sorry. The character art was scrolling by the way. Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, you were like that, and I just like, I felt like a cat, all hair up there.
I just have one very specific Tourette's tick. That's all.
Titty window.
That's all. And so, let's us jump back into things here. Our adventurers were caught in the midst of a mystery, wrapped in an enigma, and with a pretty bow of clues on top, which they unravelled as they followed the trail of a poisoner, a murderous creature stalking the streets of Port Nyanzaru in the guise of... hard to tell. They've been dinosaur jockeys, they've been serving folks, they've been retainers, they've been city guard. They seem to have the ability to shift and move to adapt to their current location. And our adventurers, using their various magics and skills, have followed the breadcrumb of trail of clues here, canoodled with merchant princes, found out that the one in particular, known as Quayothe, she in charge of the sale of fruit, alcohol, perfume, and insect repellent, had a motive, a hatred for those directly descended from the royal lines of ancient Chult. Perhaps the one responsible for our previous character's death. Actually, no, he got himself killed. But
There was pirates.
there was pirates involved. Which, he's redeeming himself by playing one of said pirates.
Yeah.
It's
If you can't beat them, join them. Manifest.
If you can't-
Love you, Charlie.
love you. Oh yeah, you too. Wait, are we introducing ourselves? I was commenting on how nice your audio sounds tonight.
I know. I moved.
Man,
My microphone is usually over to my left here, and now it is directly in front of me, and about half as much closer. Good.
I was
Definitely sounds good.
I was grooving on your nice tones. I'm like going,
excellent.
yeah, that sounds really good. And then you like put me on the spot. See if I compliment you again.
No. Thank you so much. Thank you for the double. In chat and on mic. Thank you so much. Yes, I was hoping that would sound good. In part, having listened to Scarlet and Patch with their very nice mic placement for a great many hours yesterday.
Thank you so much
Everyone,
again.
do check out the Candela Obscura on the QuestJunkies YouTube.
Are you right here, Scarlett, with your microphone?
pretty close?
Local good eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's.
It's a good
Yeah.
place to be.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So.
I really fully
And he's put-
expected that thing to have googly eyes.
I was going to say, I need to get some of Emma's googly eyes. Hi, my name's Blue. Okay, so, as we were saying, they discovered, yes, that this leader of the mercantile ruling class of Port Nyanzaru, one of the leaders of the class there, had it in for these royal descendants, and also that the assassination that happened during the chaos at Executioner's Run was in part carried out via aerosol and a suggestive drug, and then poison within fruit. They are still waiting to hear what that poison was, but they have decided to go and investigate Koyothe's mansion as the cloak of darkness settles over. Not very effectively because it settles over the lantern-strewn streets of Port Nyanzaru. But
Casting large shadows.
indeed, and those lanterns do not extend to the back garden of the mansion of Koyothe. We have Embra and Ingvar creeping through the shrubberies of the rear of the mansion. Waku and Hugh secreted across the street in the shadows of the large temple of magic. Savras's eye gazing across the city, but not spying these two infiltrators as they bluffed their way into the mercantile prince's mansion quarter of the city. Now, let us return and see how they manage in their investigations and just what awaits them beyond the walls of Koyothe's mansion in today's Tomb of Annihilation. Welcome back. Actually, not here. Let's go over to roll 20.
Oh no, that's a combat knife.
I just need to keep track of where you guys are, where my little guys are.
It's like I just know where all of the strategic pieces are upon the board, so I may maneuver them correctly.
But we have dynamic lighting, so you can't see them.
Can't see
Okay.
for shit.
So, difference. As we switch up the music. Thank you, introduction music. And farewell.
Mission Impossible placed.
Charlie, are you 6'10"?
Okay.
Stretch.
No, but I play one on stream. I am. I like to. My service records say I'm 5'9". I like to tell everyone I'm 5'8", but my daughter and wife know the truth, and it is a rapidly diminishing 5'7" 3/4.
Everyone's so
but not one of the small characters. I like
No,
everyone,
no. Oh, Ingvar.
I like how everyone buddied up with the small.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to.
Ingvar is 5'10". 5'10".
Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
You know, I aspire to be taller than I see the world from a whole new perspective. Kind of get to that rarefied air of our DM.
Hey, McLover. It's a nice view up here.
McLover!
It is nice.
Oh, hey.
I agree.
I'm 6'4".
You're just a little bit taller than me.
What's
Yeah.
that in centimeters?
191.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, you're similar size to my partner.
Yeah, I'm on 186.
I just need to best be Dave Walters. Giant of a DM.
164. Not that short, just surrounded by 6-foot people.
I swear. Okay.
That was
so-
smaller than me when I was in primary school.
We went to the garden and then to the front last time, so let's return to the garden, I think. I put you, like, the map has it as very small, but the city map had it as quite a spacious expanse of lawn, so I think we'll go with that. But just for the sake of the map, it's pretty small there. So you have more. I think you're not that close. You're not on the steps there like that. But sorry, eyes off stream, please, because
Yes, I was about to say.
you can see everything else.
Pop out chat though still, right?
Yeah, if you want to, it's up to you. Because people back home, this is what they see. Not the same.
Exhibit A.
As Ingvar
Darkness.
All right, so it's a palatial lawn, like we've seen in many a Bond movie where he comes out of the wetsuit and unzips and gets into the tuxedo.
Absolutely, yes. Let me.
And we are
describe-
unaware that there is a soiree currently.
You can hear it, I'd say. You because Kai had told you, Ember's familiar had told you that there was something happening inside. There are ferns, potted plants, orchids, and other tropical flowers cultivated in the garden, which is open to the sky and heavy with the scent of jasmine.
Oh dear. We hate jasmine, right?
I think
Jasmine
the next
bad.
sentence. Cholton plants with useful properties or applications as poison might be found in a garden of a merchant prince of a horticultural bent.
Not gonna lie, my brain's like, you're not playing Miss Cotter. You're not playing Miss Cotter. Ember doesn't know this shit. Chinta does. Scarlet does. Ugh.
Does no? Sorry, I know that answers that question. Never mind. Okay, so Ingvar, Ember, as you mutter in the shrubberies,
May I have a clarification?
please.
In Cholt, are things with windows? Are they open with like slatted shutters kind of situation? Like how are the buildings letting in their light?
It seems, from like a security point of view, that the windows are as they are on the map. So that one next to you, you can see a little glimpse into, right?
Okay.
But not very much, as you can
So
see.
that, from what we can see, that appears to be an arrow slit. So the building's fortified.
No, it's just they seem to
Be paranoid.
keep out the heat of the sun as well.
Gotcha. Those narrow, high heat, like you see in the Southwest of the United States. Okay, that makes perfect sense. That window there, how far off of the ground does it start? I mean, is it over our heads, or is it we can walk
it's
up and
like a normal window height, yeah.
All right. Perception check to make sure that there's nobody creeping around, any guards, any dogs, any things like that.
Please.
All right. both
You
of us, yeah.
on the exterior there are patrols, but you had successfully read the pattern and avoided that last time.
A 15 as Ingvar hunkers down low in the shrubbery behind a massive hydrangea and looks to see if anyone's patrolling and the coast is clear.
Okay. You hear tittering laughter and slightly slurred speech in a local accent coming through the windows, but no sounds of guards or anything
Iron-shod boots
Yeah, right.
tramping through the turf. Okay.
Yeah.
I think if we are quiet, we can approach the windows and maybe get a look at what's going on inside. What do you say, little one?
From what I saw of Kai, they appear to be entertaining. Perhaps the inebriation will help. I don't understand quite how alcohol works, but
Alcohol usually helps in people being entertaining, at least in their own minds. Okay, keep quiet, and Ingvar will hunker down and do the over-exaggerated Pink Panther sleuth Scooby-Doo across the lawn.
Right on your
I
fingers
will
and toes.
follow.
Yeah.
I will follow suit, keeping an eye, especially since we've talked about Jasmine and stuff like that. From did we get a description of what Wongo's kiss actually looks like?
No.
Cool. In that case, just like keeping an eye out for bad vibes, TM, I guess.
Nat 20 for a total of 27 on Ingvar's stealth
Woo!
across the intervening lawn.
Fantastic.
Ooh, that's not bad.
And hearing Embra's internal monologue, you know, with name like Wongo's kiss has got to be something that, you know, drooly, real fleshy, something you don't want, you know, like, ew.
Thanks for Jax. Yeah. Here you go, Charlie.
Thank you. Yay.
16 for
We-
Emperor as they follow
We
suit.
do know that it's administered by aerosol.
We know.
That's something that, yeah.
So it might be.
Just two bushes, like Ingvar's like.
Two-
Oh yeah,
It's
two
like
bushes like lift
Ingvar-
up and move and then pop down again.
Like the branch opens and all you see are the eyes. Yeah.
You have that, and then like Ember's version is just like a couple of branches. It was like a 15, but like because of the way that Ember's like patterning works, I'd like to imagine that they kind of look modeled and of the jungle already, so they probably just like ding, ding, ding.
Like guards come around, the two bushes plonk down, and they like, were those there before? And then shake their heads and carry on walking.
the pots shake as well, like, nah man, you're not seeing shit.
Actually, I'm saying that as a joke, but they do actually say, oh, we've got to be careful not to patrol away from the windows. Those senses, they befuddle the senses.
Oh, we overhear
Excuse
that?
me, what?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Thank you, Phantom.
It's a copy
Yeah.
of my own joke.
Did you hear what was said?
No,
Obviously,
I had
there
leaves
is-
in my ears.
Yeah, he's like spitting leaves out. There is some sort of soporific that is being used inside the building that might befuddle our own senses and faculties. So we must proceed with caution, make sure that we are not standing inside any incense smoke and allowing ourselves to become agitated.
And you,
Um,
so,
I did say, I just realized in the last session, I did mention before we were entering that Ember's got like a weird kind of cone of cloth over their beak.
yes.
They're looking kind of plague Dr. Marsky just a tiny bit without meaning to because of the way it looks.
I forget, did the others, did the others copy suit? Follow suit
I
on
don't
that?
know if they did because I
Yeah,
I didn't
remember
even
saying
realize
it for
that
me.
was a thing. Yeah. That,
Mhm.
Because
Amber
I
was
think
doing
what
that.
I said was like I dipped it, I ran out the water
Mm.
in like using some of the water from my pack, and then I put that over my beak because I was talking like this for a bit, and I remember my hand over my face.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's still in position. So if that becomes a problem, that will give you advantage. So yeah, you make your way across the garden stealthily and successfully, and up to the windows. And peeking through, you see that this is some sort of dining room. And you can see that there's a few couches, and then a very low table, just a few inches above the floor. With actually, sorry, I say couches, but they're couches without legs, basically. So they're like cushions.
Divans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like just straight
okay.
on the floor. And you can see various wealthy-looking mercantile kind of noble types lounging about here, laughing and chatting in low voices. But on the table, there are a wondrous array of fruits, as it is Coyote's speciality. Some that you would not see in the markets as well.
She's got pineapples.
and you see that in the center of the table, almost like as a centerpiece, there is a beautifully ornate censer with a slightly... What color do I want to go with? Let's say violet-tinged smoke lazily coming out. Oh, roll jacks. Sorry, Charlie.
Wait, so is it on me or is it on... I'm confused.
Oh no,
This is
that's just
gonna
Rumble Jacks
be-
talking about Miss Cotta.
Oh, you missed
The crystal's just for Charlie.
Okay. I know
Thank
too much
you.
about poison plants for my like search history to not be like on some sort of government record.
Okay, so it seems to be some sort of soporific, which is just, you know, enhancing the vibe.
Ingvar would like to make a let's say a medicine check on that violet tinged smoke to see if he can determine what the drug actually is, and we'll take the disadvantage on that roll.
I think I don't know that your local knowledge is good enough.
But he wants to try and take the disadvantage on the roll.
Sure.
I'd say that Imbra in this scene is observing the way it's affecting the people.
Oh! How about a nat 1 for 2? So not only does he get it wrong, yeah, he gets it really wrong.
Really wrong.
I'll be right back.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, that's the magic smoke of heroism. If we take a deep lungful, we gain temporary health, and nothing can make us afraid. I'm going for it.
I'm going to, as you're saying this, like I observe this. What do my eyes cue to as I see the people in the room as they have been inhaling this the entire time?
They're just kind of like in a semi kind of drunk like stupor, like yeah, like you know, like happy high, but not
Are you
not.
sure?
Mm.
They look befuddled.
Oh my! God bless your innocent heart. Yes, they are befuddled. They are befuddled. You know.
Emperor has no clue of the world.
Right? They're reaching for the grapes and the crunchies. Yeah. Somebody's on a sitar. Man.
Feel the
Actually,
vibe.
oh yeah, you just remind me. I know which freaking sound Sirenscape I need to be using here. Not.
But like the
Sorry,
giving
Honey
the clap.
Heist.
I was so excited to hear that because it's regularly the backing track to like overly sarcastic productions content, and I love them.
This is the songs I put together for the reverse Honey Heist, where shadow goblins stole honey from the bearfolk.
Yep.
With James Hake and Robert Hartley, AJ Winters.
Mm.
It was a good time.
All right, from our vantage point, does this dining room, is it one, how full is it? Does it seem to be like the center of activity, or just merely a satellite to what's going on? Like, can we see like an open doorway to like maybe a living room or a hallway with people coming in and out? And can we see any exits in and out of this room? Chuck!
Hey, cheers, buddy. You see a set of double doors to the south.
Okay.
Who gets the spin of the wheel, Jack? Thanks for the sub. Dear friend. Yeah.
Sorry. There was a
2
thing
years,
that I was gonna
wow.
ask. Right. Do we see Coyote?
No.
Because I saw them in the box. Okay.
No, you
Think-
do not. So
she's. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Charlie
At
hogging
least
all the
I'm-
attention.
Oh, you're a Disney princess too right now, aren't you?
Oh, I thought it was a whole
Oh.
new
I think-
week.
Yeah, no, I
It's
think
a
that
whole
wore. I think
new
that wore off at the end
week.
of last time because you had it. Yeah,
Yes!
before.
What'd you
Alright,
get?
Thank you. Awesome.
He's drunk.
Yay!
One thing you do notice that's very interesting as you peer into this chamber, there is one figure who seems to be the envied focus of attention, and they're all kind of lounging around, almost like toga, like like various bright colors, but toga-like gowns. And this one gentleman has theirs stripped to the waist, like hanging off their shoulders down over their
Dionysus
belt.
style.
Yeah, and Embra, you kind of catch your breath because his torso is scarred in the same way that Zura's was. Do you remember noticing Zura's
Yeah.
burn marks?
Oh,
Yeah.
Right? Like branding marks on his chest.
Yeah.
This figure has similar markings, and that is a source of envy for the others.
Source of envy for the scarring.
Showing them off with pride.
Yes.
Marked, battle marks.
interesting.
Zora was a gladiator.
Zura was
The-
the Aarakocra that kept fucking everyone over.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Zura's the baddie.
That we suspect has the ability to change their shape at this point, maybe, or
Gotcha.
no? We
I
don't know
think that I think it's a suspicion
because we
since they seem to
suspect
be
that-
able to move without being detected, like
and they
infiltrating
have
an
been
entire
duplicitous.
security force.
Yeah, and they've been
is-
duplicitous.
Also, you're not sure if there's one or two people involved here, because there's this impossibly beautiful woman that's also been talked about.
Right.
It's
But no
gonna
one
be
knows
kettle.
actually
It's
what
gonna
they
be
look
kettle
like.
steam, isn't it? It's gonna be
Hmm.
kettle steam. Okay. Okay.
The Kenku from Witchlight.
You see, so Ember sees them, and they are in the dining room, right?
Yes.
All right. What do you think, little one? Do you want to try the door there, or move around the side and see if there's a less obvious, less close to the festivities way to get in? Or maybe we can try to fit
There
you
was
through
a-
the window here.
Kai,
There was a door to the right, right?
yes,
Right
to the west, yeah. That's
Oh, yeah, I meant Ember's right.
yes. Kai saw that was the only door from the back here.
I will say that the one thing I would like to do, I'm no paladin, but is there anything that I can do
Thank goodness.
that like feels into like the weave of the way things are made, being like a construct myself, and looking at this, do I get the energy? I suppose, like, do I vibe check? What's the vibe check on this guy? Like, envy, between the envy and the markings, there's suspicion, but like, if you need me to spend a spell slot to do so to try and do it, I'm happy to do that. I'm just not sure what to.
Are the Charlie to Scarlet, are the marks similar, or are they the same?
They're the same, aren't they?
They are.
I mean,
they are the same
there's not like a set pattern, just the same
There's no
source.
Style.
placement.
Yeah.
style. Okay.
Give me an insight or perception.
Okay.
An insight would be with disadvantage
Okay.
because of their drunken
Give-
state.
Okay.
Sobrific state.
So insight versus
Do you have
insight.
straight perception or insight with disadvantage?
I'll do the disadvantage actually, because I feel like that's where
If you wanna-
Ember's coming from.
You have a crystal if you want to level it out.
Yeah, sure. You know what? I don't use my crystals often enough because I very often forget that I have them because I don't look at the stream.
No worries. You can have the click the inspiration thing on your D&D Beyond if you want.
Oh, that's
As
a
a
good
reminder.
point. All right. So even with the disadvantage, it ends up being for insight a muddy 20.
Nice. This is insight, right?
Yeah, insight.
He like trying to catch snippets of the conversation and the way that he's carrying himself, despite being tricky to read because of the like stupefied state of these drugs that are filling the room, but not spilling out of the windows as much as those guards would have suggested. You guys are okay standing there, but you think if you were in the room it would be trouble.
Oh yeah.
You get the feeling that this figure is a member of Coyote's household retinue, and there seems to be a religious significance to the status that they are holding and these markings.
Okay. I impart this in as many words as we sort of like start. I imagine we've started to decide to move toward that back door.
Okay.
And as I'm telling Ingvar all of this, like these little like inclinations, I ask Ingvar because they are, even though they're not local, they're more socially local than I am.
Fair.
If what religion would usurp the old one? Like, I suppose like where I'm coming from is like if the royal, like people who were of the older stock went, what is worshipped in their place? Because like would not know personally. Because of Saha.
Ingvar, you know, like the very famous stories are that the main god who created Chult and was actually living amongst the people, he Waymak would have known even more because he created that city that disappeared. Right?
Yeah, Uptao, right?
Yeah, Uptao. But then Uptao I love the reality of this. Uptao got pissed off with the pettiness of mortals and how they were always infighting and bickering and just being annoying. So he left.
Peace.
Was Audi did the fade out of existence?
Yeah.
Homer Simpson into the hedge. But he left behind. There were the trickster gods, such as Wongo, after which the poison is, or the drug is named. And the gods here in the city, the main god is the one of coin and richness.
The lady of
Severe?
trade, Savras.
No, Savras is the god of arcane magic. Yeah.
Knowledge, right?
Thank
Is it
you.
Joaquin? Is it Joaquin as well?
Joaquin is the one of trade. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, the golden lady, the lady of coin, absolutely, and it makes sense because the Omnians, the coin lords, do have their mercantile ties here in Port Manzaro. So, so what Ingvar tells Ember is like, well, there are many gods that they might turn to if they felt an absence or a need. Mortals they are capricious. They will turn to a greater power if they themselves want power or coin or something that they feel they are not able to get.
Ingvar.
Can they not rely on themselves?
Don't answer that.
Oh yeah. It's like, well,
Ingvar spaces for a second.
No, it's like that's a. Some do, some don't. I think the thing to keep in mind when dealing with those of us from the Mortal Coil is we are all alike and that we are all different. So your answer is going to change from person to person, from humanoid to humanoid, from goblin to bugbear to gnome to man to tabaxi. You will get a different answer every time.
It's a no. Just okay. Understood. I suppose.
Although usually peeking in the window. When it is a religious worship that has sort of a hedonistic quality to it, like this, you can make some assumptions that they are up to the no good because, the gods like Ilmater, etc., etc., they tend to be really kind of how to put it, really uptight and not much fun to hang around.
Ingvar, you
That
also know
makes
none of
them
the
better.
locally worshipped gods, the mainstream ones, have any kind of ritualistic burning or anything.
don't have Bacchanalia. Yeah, okay. right.
Bacchanalia, yes, but not burning.
All right.
Okay.
Great. There's snake eaters and fire worshippers. Go back and check the door. We'll test it to
And
see if it's
think-
open.
I'm going to get a spin here for myself. Thank you, McLeod.
All right.
What does Coyothe have wherever she's lurking?
A
An
chicken
advantage.
companion.
Animal crown.
Nice.
My brain's like animal companion? No.
Double
we
crystals
already
for
have that.
John. The only way to get 2
Hey.
crystals, so folks, keep those stream pies ready, but
Mm.
not right now. I love the sunset. I don't get to use it enough. It is the exotic
It's really
palace.
I like it.
It's reminiscent of Vangelis and a little, oh crud. What was the one recently? City of God. City of God. The movie,
Don't know, sorry.
You
I'm
do.
thinking
We've
the
all
Prince
seen
of
it. We
Persia
all love it.
games.
That too. The one with
First
Orlando
assembly
Bloom
sounds
in
tough.
Jerusalem.
Mm,
Sorry.
I'm gonna say Oliver
Oh, man.
Stone, but it's not Oliver Stone. Ridley Scott. Good lord. Kingdom
I
of
don't know.
God. Kingdom of God.
Cool. I shall check it out.
Yeah, I'll put it on the
What?
list.
I'm apparently
What?
reminiscent of not
What?
seeing it.
You guys are
Don't
playing.
watch too many-
Did I?
Not too many movies on my end.
Am I in some sort of parallel like butterfly world? I just like popped the Matrix. Just kind of how can you guys D&D dudes? I mean, just not have seen Kingdom of. Oh my lord.
I
the
mean,
last- last
I've
movie I
definitely
saw-
heard of the Kingdom of God before, but I've never
Mm.
I've never had anybody be like, "Yeah, I have to watch this
Or
movie."
Kingdom
if
of
you'd like it."
Heaven. Yeah, let's
Kingdom
see.
of
Kingdom
Heaven.
I'm gonna find it. I'm misremembering the title, so
Oh, sorry.
never mind. I couldn't remember Udun. Udun being Black Pit, not Black Speech. Kingdom
good.
of Heaven.
Okay, so yes.
We're
the
going
door
to the
Kingdom of
door.
Heaven. There we go.
the door is locked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ingvar picks up Embra with his 20 strength and uses her to break down the door. No.
Them, but yes, okay.
And whilst you
Might have
kneel
had-
and starts to work at the door, let us go south.
Right.
I'll be right back.
No worries. Hugh, Waku, from across the streets,
Wow.
you see the front steps and the front door. No windows, like right here on the front of the building. You do
Right.
see to the northeast of you, there's a lower wall, which is clearly into some sort of open area.
Mm-hmm.
And there are guards at the front, right?
Not outside the door, no.
Okay.
So do you want
think-
to?
Do you,
Yeah.
do you case the front for a while?
Yeah, we case the joint.
Yeah, probably.
No, the joints are being enjoyed inside. No. You spend some time and whilst the others are doing the climb, they're doing that quite elaborate climb up the wall, the cliff face on the front there, and you do see some rich-looking, brightly coloured toga-wearing, half inebriated folks arriving, opening those front doors without any trouble, and you glimpse gladiators inside,
Okay.
like warriors guarding
Mm.
in like a vestibule on the interior, and they ask for invitations, which are shown,
Ah.
and the two are admitted as they giggle excitedly to each other.
Invitation only sort of party.
Seems that way. Although
Can't
that
say I'm
would be a fair
surprised.
assumption to make, yeah.
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised at
So,
all.
Open bar, everyone welcome. The entirety of
Hey.
Manzara.
And we could either acquire ourselves an invitation, or hop over the wall. What do you think?
Well, hopping over the wall might be easier. I think attempting to acquire an invitation would be more fun. So,
You don't look like partygoers.
right.
Although, with some slight adaptations, I think you would be very welcome.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
look like they're partygoers yet.
We could try to make our way in as entertainment.
Oh, I like that idea. And Hugh takes, he's gonna take a piece of like mica out of his pouch and like smash it in his hands and make glitter. And he's gonna start rubbing it on himself.
Yep, there it is. There's the
everyone
alteration.
talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to take a moment with that image.
All right. So here's the story. Okay. You're the performer. I'm the manager and hype man.
Okay. That should be easy.
So Colby, Stephanie needs that image as well. Please, please
I'll make sure.
communicate
Glitter
that.
when-
We're gonna need a
Earliest
stage
convenience.
name,
Uh,
seeing as it's your stage name.
What is the stage name? Titty Window? Wait, what?
The great and powerful titty window.
Yes.
Great and powerful Titty Window. We like it. We like it.
that's the company name.
Is it their stage name or their ship name? I'm not sure.
And then Waku backs him with a bagpipe while he does his dance.
Let's,
I don't play the bagpipe. It's not.
you know,
I don't have any instruments. Anyway.
we don't have to
Anything's an
complicate
instrument if you
this.
try hard enough.
We don't.
How,
But why?
what
Why
about-
wouldn't we?
What about?
It's like that recent meme online. It's like, I'm a D&D player. Of course I overcomplicate things.
Yeah. What about huge?
Huge. This is huge. Yeah, it's
It's short.
Spelled
It's
H-
simple.
UEGE.
Yeah. See, you get it.
I do. All right. Let's
The
see if we can.
performing duo of Hugh and J. Approach.
Yes. My name is J. Together we are huge.
I am the J of Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I think we could probably talk our way in as performers. So,
Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Now, I think
with your
you should do
charisma
all
and
the
the
talking.
crystal, I think you're okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
You should do all the talking, Walker.
And cantrips.
I don't have guidance as it happens, but
No, I mean like performance cantrips. Properly.
Oh.
Something useful.
Yes, I have thaumaturgy, so
There we go.
Hey.
I
okay.
can have a booming voice.
Yeah. There we go.
And little sparkling lights and little candle flames and things.
Yes.
Contact magic. Contact juggler. Hugh
Da,
is
da, da,
Hugh is
da, da,
contact
da,
juggling
da.
Waku.
Oh my.
Just rolling Waku over his head.
Oh.
Okay, so you approach, having slightly toggled your attire.
Dear. Oh dear.
What?
So since we're being the performer, the thing
Sure.
that thaumaturgy can do
Hmm.
is cause unlocked doors to fly open.
Oh.
So do you just erupt the doors at the front?
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're going to act as though we're making a grand entrance. So yes, we'll make the doors fly open.
Boom.
Boom.
Now, can you guys see the gladiators? Because, sorry, for people back home, apologies, but they have disappeared.
Oh yes, I can see.
I
Them.
can sort of.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see one of them. from there.
If I hover over it, it registers that it's there, but it doesn't show the token, and it's not selectable.
Oh.
Yes, they're right there. They're on either side of the door.
Yeah.
I can see two. I'm not quite close enough to see them fully, but they are there.
Yeah, you can see the edges of the tokens, right?
Well, since we're walking in, I am, for the record, on Hugh's shoulders.
They,
Yes.
they reach for their scabbards just in case, and then they look curious. Pat,
Gentlemen, we have finally arrived. They're both male gladiators.
one of each.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Esteemed
in the binary sense
guards,
of course.
we have finally arrived. The great performer Hugh and J.
And they think about it for a second. Huge.
Do you see the man?
Hugh just crosses his arms.
Are you trying
Do
to
you
say?
not see the wonderful window? Gaze upon its
He-
magnificence.
He
It's
lowers his.
Is Waku wearing the cap? I'm huge in Japan.
Yes.
Okay. You please roll me a persuasion. Deception?
I mean, is it persuasion because we're about to start a new business, or
Right?
Right.
deception because we haven't?
I mean, you are able to entertain, so it is kind of persuasion.
We are
Sure.
entertainers.
You have the ability.
I believe that I will be rolling deception.
Are you going
It
to
is
use
the
your crystal?
same. It is the same roll for me.
Are you using your crystal?
I am using a crystal. That's why I'm here. The click clack of my mathrots. Ooh. Could be a 10 on that one.
Ooh.
A 10?
There was a 1 on one of the dice, and then the other one was still pretty low.
Oh no.
Can I assist?
He
With
already had
sparkly titty
advantage.
windows?
It's two. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
But I
Can't do
guess,
double advantage.
You can make it a group check if you like.
Okay.
You also have a crystal.
So we're doing deception.
That's up to you.
Are you trying to deceive them or show off?
It's the
Is
same
it a
rule for me.
performance?
Are you using your?
Is it a performance check with the window?
You know what? Yeah, I'll use the crystal, and it's not deception. Hugh is huge, so he's persuading. He's not deceiving.
That's it.
All right. So let's do this in roll 20 or D&D Beyond. That is going to be a nat 20, John.
Hey, you got to.
It is the titty window.
The city window strikes. Let those phoenixes fly. Nice. Okay, so
The glitter really
As-
sold it.
Waku
It does help, yeah.
Waku says, "Hey, my eyes are up here," as they look from his shoulders down to Hugh's glittering form below. And
Since day
you-
one. Our best asset.
and I think Waku presentates these little nat 20s flying through the air like we're seeing on screen. And they're
Listening
like,
powder.
What I really do is I create a small fire in my hand to that the glitter kind of shimmers.
nice, the flickering torchlight. And one of them actually slaps his friend on the arm. He's like, I think I've heard of these. They were down in the Red Bazaar. They were over the Thundering Lizard. They killed it. Is it they killed the lizard? Don't stupid. They performed really well. But you're so slow. Please, the party awaits.
Gestures of
Thank you, fair
Terms and
guard.
conditions apply.
Terms and conditions.
What are the terms and conditions?
Is there a waiver?
An NDA?
All right, are you ready to perform?
Just
Great, Hugh.
anywhere in the the living place, the central hall, the dining room, the sauna, anywhere is okay. But I'm afraid the cellars are just invitation only. A select few from the event will be invited, but It has yet
What?
to be decided.
Well, I suppose we shall have to make a great impression.
Yeah, we
Great.
got to get in that cellar.
Okay.
Gotta get in
Beyond
that
these
cellar.
doors, is this the beginning of the performance, or the beginning of the party just beyond this door?
It is indeed.
Well, then we shall throw this door open as well.
Sorry, this is an older map, so it's not with the door features, I'm afraid.
So yes, we throw open that door.
Yeah, and you see beyond a grand, breezy, tiled courtyard with a splashing fountain and green plants dotted about. You can see that there is a colonnaded entranceway off to the right there with cushions and things, and there are numerous partygoers. I didn't want to slow down Roll20 with a bunch of tokens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are numerous partygoers and folks there, and you can see beyond. So there's that sitting area to the right there, which is like a waiting area and a meeting area for guests who aren't familiar with the master of the house or mistress, and aren't given access to further inner chambers. There are decorative columns there carved to represent Koyothe's industries. So you see flowers that produce perfumes and fruiting vines, and carved into them are like little satyrs and things pouring amphiers of alcohol and the like.
Satyrs?
Sorry, let me get off the palace garden thing here. Big feast. I wonder how many.
Is the interior laid out like a Roman domus? You know, like everything's built around that courtyard and
Seems
Yeah,
that
open
way.
to-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think. Let me remind myself.
After you entered, my brain started to personally play Party Rock Anthem.
Now. Okay. Yes, it is. It is open. Open to above, and there's some colorful silk sashes kind of open, kind of draped through the space above you. You can just see a myriad of the ruling class and the upper classes and mercantile folks and a couple of visiting people, it would seem, from the clothing on display. Let me switch up here. There we go. Now, as the wash of conversation, inebriated conversation, turns, there are several interested-looking people marking your arrival. What do you do as you enter into the space?
Well, I cast thaumaturgy to increase the volume of my voice threefold. And I say, "Ladies and gentlemen, long have you been kept waiting. Hide your wives, hide your daughters, and also hide your sons. You will wish to have him all to yourself. The great and wonderful Huge has arrived to give you entertainment and give you a window into life's greatest pleasures."
I need that on a t-shirt.
That is
Strategic team leader plays this.
incredible. Incredible.
Just wrote that in about a minute.
That's
Proud.
A large number of, even without a roll needed, a large number of folks start to gravitate towards you. And you see from your vantage point there, Waku, that beyond the open courtyard there is another large space to the north there. Has a magnificently tiled floor with two sweeping staircases ascending to the upper floor around. And there are decorations, again, matching Koyothe's interests, carved and decorating that interior. And you see two more guards up there, and not on the map here. Yeah, where Hugh's going there. As you kind of like make your way through, and kind of this train of interested partygoers is kind of following behind you, wanting to see what's going to happen. But you see, like, it doesn't show not on the map there, but the where the two staircases sweep up, there are mirror image staircases sweeping down underneath those. It seems. But you can only see the entrance to them. And the entranceway to those staircases is what's guarded by these gladiators.
I see.
And you think
Gotta be the cellars.
That's the cellars, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
I think from the outside, I think Embra turns to Ingvar as Ingvar's about to use Embra, but we're also going to use Embra to bash down the door. Is like, was that Waku?
Yes, you heard the voice.
You don't think that they're crazy enough to actually go inside and announce themselves, do you?
I think that you just, like, Embra, despite her only being with this party for a certain period of time, looks you dead in the eye and just goes with, like, such a strong case of yes.
Yeah, we're just staring at each other and Ingvar starts nodding. Yes, he's crazy. All right, and
great and powerful.
Ingvar will turn back and actually try a sleight of hand with a dagger to unlock the door. All right.
I will keep watch throughout all of this and ears out. Well, flat reptile ears out.
You have a crystal?
I do, but I need to call it before I roll it, right? Or can I roll it after? Okay, yeah, I did not. A 13.
13. Okay, but that's enough. It's not. It's not like a high security door or anything.
Thank God.
Mission Impossible place.
With a little work, you start to hear the crunch of gravel as the patrol starts to come round towards the corner of the building. Embra's like tapping you urgently on the shoulder, and then with a click, it opens, and you quickly duck inside, and
immediately are met with guards.
Silently close it behind you. No, actually, no. There's a small, quiet hallway, which is nice. There you go.
Forward.
That's nice of them.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, yeah.
Right space.
So there are two doors to the east and one to the west, and then one down the end to the south.
And we know that stuff was happening to the
East.
Well,
that dining room is off to the east there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got Explorer mode on, right? You can see what you've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Correct.
Straight out.
And what other folk have seen too.
It shows everyone's.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Like,
My
I scrolled down a
Explorer
bit when you were
mode appears
describing.
to not be on, as I
Yeah.
cannot see on the
Same.
outside.
Same.
I can only see what I see right now.
Really?
I see a bit. I think I've seen everyone's because when Hugh moved forward into that space, I could see like the floor tiling.
Oh. But funnily enough, I can't see where you guys are, whatever hallway you guys are in.
Yeah,
Interesting.
can't
Yeah,
see.
you shouldn't be able to.
It's right, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, everyone give a refresh.
Sure.
A refresh.
Should be so kind.
Whatever you say, boss.
Cheers, bud.
Excuse me.
Hey, boss.
There you go. Hopefully that's worked out there.
Well, give it a little look-see. Okay.
I still have everyone's, but I can operate without that.
It's fine. Yeah,
information.
it's not.
Yeah.
Explorer
super
mode
secret.
works now.
Cool.
Explorer mode.
Let me just move myself to somewhere else. It's taking its time. Sorry. Move myself back. Roll 20 being slow.
The door on the right.
Yes. There's
Ingvar
on
looks
your
over his
right
shoulder.
as you walk in from the door. You mean?
To the roll 20 left. Looks
Yeah.
over
Yes.
his shoulder at
Just
Embra.
go compass points, please, just to keep it clear.
Okay. North,
To
south,
the
east,
west. Yeah.
West. Port side. Looks at Embra and asks them, what do you think? This one, should we give it a listen? Or just go in?
I think that Embra has been pretty high alert since, guards, TM. Can I give a listen out? Because I know that there's music and we're talking about I can't say
Soporific.
Yeah, that thing. The wispy danger smells.
Ingvar says, "Give a listen to the doors, and I will make sure that nobody comes in behind us." And Ingvar will post at the back door because we knew those guards were coming, and have a weapon ready, and we'll let Embra check all the doors to decide which way we want to go.
We're having like the same. What is it? We're having like the two sides of the infiltration scene with the distraction, and like they've come in loud, and we're like.
It's like if I talk to someone about this later in the week, it's like, how did they go about it? It's like all the ways.
every
direction.
All bases covered. Yeah.
All right. So for the first door to our west. So perception, yeah.
Please.
Okay. Natural 20 with a +5 for 25.
Nice.
So.
That was
Anything?
5 folks.
Da-da-da-da.
Lots of nat 20 today. Nice.
Yeah.
You'll have to see it. Okay, so as you listen at the door, again, you hear a similar kind of style of conversation to the dining room. So it sounds like there are party goers inside, and there is a heat and humidity to the air that's escaping under the door.
Do I recognize the kind of like? Have I felt something akin to it at any point? Okay.
No.
Is it wet?
It's very humid. Yeah.
Okay. And like I think like if it is as warm as you say, I think there's a slight flinch against the door because it's oddly warm. As I
Brackle flashbacks.
Brackle flash. Like there's I look into a past version of my life.
Fire! Magma!
It's a me. Wait, no, I am magma. And I mentioned as such.
There is actually going to be a callback to that later.
Ooh.
Oh.
There's like I mentioned that to Ingvar. I'd say that it feels humid and hot. Is it just
sniff?
stinky?
Does it smell like cooking, or does it smell like the flowers?
Do you waft some of the air up?
Inhale.
I've got my beaky thing on. Do I smell stuff?
Oh.
Again, like you would think this would be similar to the window effects, like unless you were in the room, it wouldn't be a problem. So you kind of lift the veil a little and kind of get a waft. Did you do that outside the window as well?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, in which case, yeah, it's the same smell, similar smell.
Okay.
But there is a different. There's also a scent of kind of charcoal.
I'd recognize that smell for sure. I say as much to Ingvar. Charcoal. It's wet. I don't know why I went into this accent. It's wet. It's humid. It's sticky.
You hear from inside, again with the conversation and the happy kind of murmurings going on from the other room. You hear a hiss.
There's a snake.
Kai's like, wasn't me.
Kai around my shoulders like.
I can be still.
Ingvar turns, tilts his head, and he's like, "What kind of people have a boss do here in the jungle? A bath cabin?" And he will, like, put his head against the thing and like
the Swedish guy is just like, "Yay, bathhouse!"
Right. Hey!
Yeah.
Where's my birch twigs?
Yeah, because like the charcoal, like. Oh, listen to the other doors. I mean, if you're feeling tired and achy, maybe we come back. Like,
Scala, let's just roll on that at 20. It's okay.
All right, cool. I'll take it. I rolled a 7.
There is no sound from the other rooms.
it was the hissing that gave it away. Because I'm like going, okay, it's a kitchen.
There's a snake.
Yeah, snake. Okay, I've been in one of those.
Okay.
You walk in, there's just this large snake with a chef's hat on. It's like, la, 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 la.
It's being puppeted by a rat somehow. There's too many levels. All right. Information is conveyed. No sounds or movement. It does, and the sounds of that party that we did see out the window are quite distant, right?
You can't hear them from here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can't hear any sounds of anyone, and like anyone through that, and I guess no sounds of like equivalent breathing stuff with a see into the universe style nat 20. I guess whatever information gets given with those.
Yes. So,
I
where
don't
would you like to go?
know if there's anything different, but that is what I can hear. Do you wish to go into any of them? If there's anything, I suppose like this last door, or
Yeah.
is there
Let's try the last
anything?
one. I'm
Do
still.
I hear anything through that?
Yeah, you hear
Sorry.
you hear a larger
No, it's all good.
you hear a larger amount of noise and party sounds. And
I found.
is that
party.
Waku?
I hear Waku. I hear people remarking about a titty window.
You hear what Waku's going.
I'm just hyping. I'm just hyping up you. That's all I'm doing.
Behold.
Behold the great
Open the
and
door a
wonderful.
tiny bit and see if we can see what they are doing, and then maybe we try a different window or signal them and see if they have learned anything. I don't know.
Like I say,
Meanwhile,
it's like-
Ingvar is still picturing a Remy like hanging on, terrified to the top of a huge snake's head. Like,
I love how you said let's peek on Hugh and Waku and then try a different window, not door.
True.
I do the thing.
Oop.
Do I see them?
No. But
What
you
do I
you
see?
see you see that a wide corridor goes off to the east, and the sounds all coming from that direction. You see that the corridor goes off to this. There's double doors immediately next to where you are there, and there is sounds coming from inside there, and then there's a long corridor down to the south, which is empty.
Ingvar.
Actually, it looks like it's empty, but then it starts to open, and you kind of close the door and just peek in just the tiniest crack, and you see someone coming out from that southern corridor with a large platter of fruit in serving garb.
I explain everything as I'm doing so, like listening in to whatever's being hyped up about you with like what are these? Why are you talking about them like they're fresh meat? This sounds like the marketplace. Is this what people do?
I think what he is trying to do is make everyone put their eyes upon them by causing a distraction. Being the loudest person in the room. Plus,
take
who knows
advantage
if
of
he can
that?
make some gold off of Hugh? Of course, he's going to try.
He would.
And Embra, you can see that guard there.
Oh,
There is. Now, Ingvar, if you're going out there, you need to make another stealth check because you're right in view of that gladiator there.
All right.
Now, I'll let you make the decision with that knowledge.
Ingvar's hanging back in the hallway without entering into the.
Yeah,
Or
I moved
probably
Embra
area.
out because that's what they would have been able to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
that makes
Okay.
sense.
Just to give you a map.
Mentions they have a large sword. I'm guessing. I don't know what they're armed with.
Let's see. Let me tell you. Just a moment.
They are gladiator.
Yeah,
they are
They're cool.
they are shirtless strategically.
Rawr. And they definitely have those cool helmets on.
Do they have the same scarred marking thing that the guy that was Dionysus had?
Well, he just had scars.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't any particular markings that you
Yeah.
noticed. But on their shields, much like that token art, there is a symbol. Yes. And either of you can make a religion check if you'd like.
Sure thing.
So, question. There's all these gladiators.
They have
Ing-
spears.
Ingvar has spent time in. Oh no, wait. It was. Yes, it was Ingvar. Has spent time in the Cholton fighting pits.
Yes.
So. Do these gladiators, do they seem to be all from the same ludus, from the same school? And if so, are these, I'm going to mispronounce her name, Quothes, personal gladiators, like her personal stable of athletes? or have they been rented out for the evening? What do you want me to roll to kind of suss that out? And the religion is a 15.
Okay,
Same for Embra.
15.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think that's enough to give you a name, but to give you a vibe, definitely. The shield markings do have Coyothe's family markings.
Okay.
So they are of her retinue. And there's also some sorts of religious markings that of a god you don't recognize, but there is a heavy fire motif.
Motifs.
Yeah.
Okay. So
A
back to the
motif?
Dean. Yeah. Great. Back to the gladiator question. So are there, and I don't know if it has bearing, but the fighting pits that Ingvar was in, are those like the underbelly, like black market fighting pits, and there's like
I don't think
legitimate
in the-
games?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's the
Okay,
there's a
okay.
Colosseum. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, these could quite possibly be her own private stable. Okay. I was just putting together to see if the conspiracy was bigger.
No,
Ingvar reaches out and taps Embra gently and says,
Oh.
Yes. It strikes me if that door back there, he gestures at the one that had the steaming, is what I think it is, which is a stug, a steam room. That means
They
people
have
are in there
snakes in
without.
steam rooms?
Yes, they like to stay
Okay.
warm. It's a thing with them.
That's a good point.
yeah,
Kai is
the snakes
making.
would- yeah, they would love that. Yeah.
But that means they're most likely in there in a state of undress, meaning they have left their clothes somewhere around nearby. How about
Oh.
we try to find their clothes, because whoever is in there is a guest and looks like they belong. So let's try to find their clothing and see if we can steal it and fit in.
Embra looks at their entire terror folk being and then goes, okay. No, still not fully knowing any better.
Right.
So I'm gonna guess because that one was the steamy room, the door to our this one?
Maybe, yeah, it's like, or like a cross would be.
Because that was the steam room
dressing room?
directly,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
If this is the steam room, that one maybe? 'Cause that's the
well,
door.
And we heard voices in the steam room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing that 20 for that corridor. You'd have to check again if you want to check these doors.
Let's go into the
And
steam room.
But again,
and then we can.
Okay.
it would need the stealth check because you would
Yeah,
have to go
yeah.
into view of the gladiator to get to that
Let's-
door.
Let's go into the steam room, because whoever's in there is most likely going to be naked and very surprised when we come through
Okay.
and
Um.
do subdual damage to them.
Okay. I do. One thing that Ember will say would be, should I not be visible during this scene? / should I be not visible in the steam room? What do I do? I don't know. It
Does
looks
Ingvar
itself.
know that they can turn invisible?
I don't
You
know
have-
if they do. We haven't.
What are you
I-
talking? Not to be seen. I mean, you do a very good job skulking about like I do. You're a natural born raider.
Oh,
You have.
I can gestures like a tada magic.
By the gods, if you can do that, then you do that. Do that all
Oh.
the time. Oh my goodness.
All the time?
Well, unless you don't need to be doing it. But for right now, yes.
Okay.
Be the invisible.
And then, as soon as you're like that, and as you're like doing this, just poof. I cast invisibility on myself as I hide behind Inga.
Okay.
the things you learn when you pay attention. Good lord, how about you lead with I can turn invisible when we're sneaking into the manor house? But
I
no,
thought-
we're gonna go steal clothes. And hey, by the way,
I thought that you knew.
you'd be surprised what I don't know.
You seem to know so much.
Stay in character, guys. Stay in character.
Layers and layers and layers. Meta. Just
No, just genuinely, like,
Ingvar holds his finger to his lips, and then he points it where Embra was,
Yes.
and then indicates going through the door, and he reaches out from the side and will
Were you going to go to the east ones or straight into the sauna?
into the west.
Go west.
Because we heard voices, and if they're in a sauna, they're naked, so we can hopefully surprise them. And then,
as you've pointed over there, you feel a hand at like your pant leg.
good God, how about you, Warren, sailor? All right,
I told you I can turn invisible. Okay.
All right, looking in. Is there anybody inside the room as he peeks in and takes a look?
There are several. But first, I would like you both to make a Constitution saving throw, Embro with advantage, as the interior wafts out of the opening door. And the steam.
At this point, could you please cue up White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane on the Sirenscape?
I need to get that the music from those trip sequences from that Far Cry game. You know, the one that's in the Himalayas type setting.
Oh yeah. 17 for Ingvar.
Okay. Embra? With advantage?
Sorry, this was stealth?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, brain fully
No
for a second there.
It's the incense wafting of it.
It's the
Naturally.
incense / like all the stuff to go. Oh, I forgot how high my constitution is. I'm so used to having like really low con characters. 18.
Nice. Okay. You feel lightheaded, but mechanically are unaffected by the contents of the room. And as Ingvar predicted, you see several fully naked people of various backgrounds and genders just hanging out like a mountain secluded onsen where nobody cares anymore.
Yep. Man, I miss those.
And they look up and kind of smile, and they're like, "You're wearing way too much to come and join us. Disrobe and then come back."
Deception.
Thank you, Pat.
that
for
was
getting
our-
into the mood here.
That was our
That was
plan.
our
Which
power.
way to the dressing room?
And they point past you, behind you, to the east.
All right. Takes a deep breath of fresh air and will. Oh, to the Pat, that way. The other way to the east.
Across the
one.
corridor, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Look where we
Closest
think
the door.
Ember is, and just turn around and
You face the other
door.
direction.
yeah.
Do you open both of those?
Is it a double door? I only see
There's
one
two.
door.
There's
There's
two doors. There's
two.
one beside you, one beside
Um,
Ember.
Yeah, might as well.
Ember,
Just step
You
in.
say open the door, and so Ember opens the door, and so a door slowly swings open.
Yeah, you open both of those. Ingvar, the one next to you, like straight directly across from the sauna door, has baskets, like wicker baskets with various, again, those coloured togas and garments and sandals and things inside. There's no riches or anything to be had. Everyone's just here. Just there's no
the
cost involved here.
were the togas the guest togas or the
Looks that way. Looks like the people that are in the sauna have disrobed here.
Alright.
And
Nice.
And
Free
Embra,
disguises.
Embra, where you open that door to the south of those two, that one has a big hopper of used towels and then neatly folded other towels and various bathhouse sundries.
All of me
Nice.
goes. Oh, when you say bathhouse sundries, it's just laundry, or is there like?
There's
soapy
oils.
stuff?
Yeah, there's oils and things too.
I'd like to take, if I can, a couple of the oils,
Sure,
like just a small amount,
no problem.
because that could come in handy later.
Yeah, it looks like could make a slippery surface.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, when you opened that door, that sent that scent of charcoal also was stronger and stuff, but there wasn't a charcoal brazier or anything in the room. There was a kind of metallic, ornately carved container with a grilled top, and there was a violently flickering fire inside, which looked unnatural.
Did it look anything like Kai does?
Yeah, to an extent, yes. Yeah, because the saunas and things down in the city have regular hot stones or charcoal burners, but quote unquote, the homes of the merchant princes use entrapped fire elementals.
On
Whoa.
a personal level, Ember is now more invested. Kai's probably like, what the fuck, my guys?
Right. Rude. In the sauna, there was a door to the south, which probably leads into the same one as that double door that you were looking at outside.
Okay. I come
Meanwhile-
out with
Yes.
towels.
Sure, and oil, yes. As you two are kind of figuring out what you want to do there, let us return to the main hall.
And the main event.
The main event.
The entertainment.
So yes,
Work
you
it here.
give me a performance check with advantage.
You got it.
Both of us?
Are you going through like combat?
No,
forms?
one of you giving advantage to the other. So Waku's probably
Okay.
better.
And we don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I have performance trained, but as a great and powerful Waku,
You certainly have higher charisma than I do, so.
as a great and powerful Waku, we have what is called a 21.
Nice. So yeah, you are wowing the crowds and are doing very successfully. As I said, nobody is packing money, so there are no tips, I'm afraid. But
That was the whole plan.
no tips needed.
These
I do it for the thrill.
cheap nobles.
no tips, nothing but nips. No, I'm not sure. It's the titty window.
That works. Yeah, that works. Also, we'll just steal a bunch of stuff later.
Fair. Timely character. Okay, so
After some time entertaining, we will go to the guards.
sure.
It will go to a gladiator.
These huge
and that-
individuals towering there at these entranceway where you can see descending stairs behind them, and they're just like, by invitation only.
Yes, I understand very well. However, from performer to performer, we need a moment of respite away from the crowds. Do you know of a place where we might have a moment to prepare for our next set?
He. Okay, I think he points to the west there, that wide corridor that leads over to where Ember and Ingvar are, in that direction, and says, "Go along there and turn left." Hey, dwarf. It goes down to the kitchens.
Much appreciated.
And if you want to keep your head in the game for the next performance, I'd avoid the dining room or lounge or bathhouses. There are extras in the air.
You don't say.
Do you know anything about that? We have, in many places such as these, had much experience. Do you know what is being used?
Just something that gets them high. I don't know. We're steering clear. Our lady prefers other sensory pleasures.
Why have we been invited if not to provide other pleasures? Thank you very much.
So you're going to go around the corner to the kitchen?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We shall return.
Hugh has like 3 like toga-clad people of mixed genders hanging off him. Just like, no, please stay a little more.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
His absence. In his absence, you will grow to love him more, and he will remember you. And your next encounter will be oh so much sweeter for his absence.
Damn, Josh. You are a good hype man. I'm like, yes.
Ember just blows cover. Yeah, woo!
That's Scarlet. Scarlet blows cover.
Yeah.
Ember is like, what is all of this stuff?
Ingvar.
Why are you all so horny?
Ember
You don't
reaches
have
up
one.
and just unzips the costume, and Scarlet steps out. She's like, I'll be back in a moment.
1 second. You're doing great, sweetie. Runs back in. Alrighty.
Come back. Ingvar's in the corner, just rocking.
Yeah.
The fourth wall has collapsed. The fourth wall has collapsed.
I have seen the unknowable.
Exactly. It's a simulation. Blue pill, blue pill, blue pill.
Waku and Ember, what? Actually, Waku, actually, everyone. What is everyone's passive perception?
Not so high. I think it's 11. Let me double check.
Yeah,
Sorry,
same.
my what?
Passive perception.
Oh,
11.
15.
11D.
14
That's-
for Ingvar.
Okay.
11 for Hugh as well.
15 was the bar there. So actually, it makes sense with Ember being in the southern, coming out of that southern door. As you come out of that doorway, you hear Hugh and Waku's voices, and it makes sense because they were talking openly. You hear Hugh and Waku as they make their way past that door. So sorry guys, I'm just going to move you.
Okay.
Okay.
So as
Well, then we
they're
goes
going
up.
up and round there, up round the top section, you actually manage to catch them talking to each other. Waku complaining about the lack of tips.
He's like, they're so cheap.
Grabbing onto Ingvar, who has changed outfits by this point, or no?
Yeah, no, Ingvar, I was looking at the equipment. So, draping the toga, but taking like the upper part of his clothing and hanging it off of his waist, so he probably looks like he's wearing a toga with a petticoat, you know?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. And he's very self-conscious. He's like, don't ask. I was there, and I grew to like it. Dinky, 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 dinky.
You're bare-breasted like the berserkers of your clan as well.
Oh yeah. I am I am. That is my job. So,
I think
yeah.
like as you're saying all of this again, Ember's like, I don't understand this embarrassment and shame over things. Okay, they're out there. I can hear Waku complaining about tips.
Well, gesture to
Yes?
them and get them back this way so they can. Oh wait, you're invisible. And
Yes,
Ingvar will,
speaking to the air.
will move up to the door. Try not to stand on where they're standing. Move past. I feeling around like a partner. Oh, there is that your head? Okay. And then we'll lean in the back
Like
so
you
the
touch
eye line isn't broken.
eye by
and
accident.
try and signal Hugh and Waku.
Okay, so Hugh and Waku, as you're going around, about to turn left again, and you turn down to the south towards the kitchens. The door to the north opens, and you see a bare-breasted Ingvar.
Gonna try to steal the show.
My friend!
Ingvar, what do you do?
This way. Look, there are togas. Maybe we can blend in.
These two have already blended in, clearly.
Oh, we
No, we don't need
blended
those
in.
togas.
No worries, proximity.
Well then, all right. You do
don't
what
need
you
to
need to do,
stick
and
a toga.
I will follow you around like some sort of, one of them disgusting sycophants that's all into Mr. Titty window. And by the way, have you seen Embra? I lost them on the way in.
I'm right here, still.
Oh my God! You said it again.
Whoa!
I-
Yeah, the disembodied voice of Ember.
Yeah, did you know that they could do that? I sure didn't.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess I forgot to mention it.
Do what?
We are really going to have a talk. A talk about talking and sharing information. You know, it is important for a crew to trust each other. Ingvar will just start lecturing on how a cohesive crew and
As-
team
Time and place, time and place.
trust each other. Yeah,
As
exactly.
you're
While
saying
they're
that,
doing whatever they need to
um,
do in the hallway.
As they're saying that, I think that like, Emra goes to Hugh's leg and like kind of tugs at both of them just lightly. You've felt this sort of feeling at least from Brackle before, so
Mhm.
I think you'd recognize this. And they whisper up to you that there is a trapped fire elemental below the place, and there are people that are very very intoxicated on a sulfur smell, and
The gas, yeah.
the gas, and that they saw someone with a similar marking to Zura as we're heading in the
Mm.
direction, as well as the fact that the shield thing on the gladiator dudes they don't recognize. It seems to be religious
Yeah,
in nature.
Hugh and Waku, you can give me a religion on that as well.
Oh yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Let's see how we do. Oh, a nice +0.
Say, better than me.
All right, a flat 10.
A 2.
Woo!
Nobody knows.
Well, it depends on which
I just
Waku
thought
character-
they looked.
which Waku character sheet we use.
It was something
Uh-oh.
to do with a fire potentially.
D&D.
perhaps.
Yeah, that's what we're using right now.
I'll give you one thing. It's not Imix. Because remember, you would have, Ember wouldn't know, but the others, actually, well, only Hugh and Waku.
That took out Brackle.
You know, the
Yeah.
fire, all the fire newts were, followers of Imix.
Yep.
And the, some of their leaders were priests and, warlocks of Imix.
Right.
And these are not the markings that they had on their armor.
So it's not that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I'd have to crack a book to figure it out.
Yuck.
Well, if it's not Imix, there's only one other god I know. Must be the
Money?
Knight of Ubasti.
Oh yeah, I have heard about her too, but from what
Right.
I know, she does not hold with intoxicants and fire worship. This
Oh.
is something else.
Actually-
I only know the 2 gods, so
And
Come to
money.
think of it, the gladiators that we've met so far seem to be purposefully avoiding the places where the intoxicating gas is. So I don't know.
They're on the clock.
Wow.
Seem
Yeah, I do suppose that would work.
Coyote?
Not yet.
I think that now that you have made your presence known and you are legitimately part of the party, and I am wearing this, and Ambra, they are invisible, I think it is important that we use the time we have. We try to find Coyote. We maybe search upstairs in the personal apartments for information. Did I hear that there were stairs going downstairs?
Yeah, I think Hugh would punctuate Ingvar's statement by saying that while the only place that they've told us is explicitly off limits, the cellars, by invitation only. And
Then that
Hugh
sounds like
does
we need to
air
get into
quotes.
the cellars. The cellars.
Now,
Yeah, they
this
said
sign can't stop me. I can't read or obey orders.
this velvet rope means nothing to me.
yeah.
The combination of what Ingvar and Ember heard in the dining room with what Hugh and Waku tell you now, you realize that focus of attention in the dining room, he had in the past been invited to the cellars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone here gives out the invitations to the cellars. They pick people. I don't know if it's a random thing or maybe if I can drum up enough heat here, I'll get an invitation for
attention.
us.
Maybe for you.
Ingvar looks at the companions and sighs and says, that is possible, but sometimes, you have to do the bold thing, and we'll just shed everything and kick it into that room where all the other stuff is, absolutely naked. He will make a holy sign of his gods, a hammer, and he'll look at you. If I don't come out, send someone in for me, and woo! He'll
You're going
open the door
into the sauna or into
Yeah,
the double doors there?
into the sauna, and with the intention of, when we come back around, engaging them in conversation to get information on how somebody gets invited, what's going on and stuff. He's gonna sacrifice himself to all those con saves to let the rest of the party do what they need to do.
Yeah, please make me another con save as you go into the belly of the beast.
You don't
mist.
see it, but Embra's doing like this.
Wait. Covering their eyes.
Not covering their eyes. They just got like a finger, like they've got like a questioning finger up as you're like heading away, and then they turn, and nobody can see them turning as like
They're
everyone
invisible.
is just more naked all the time and just is very confused about like the whole process because they kind of were born with clothes on.
And 11.
Okay. You have an equivalent of 1 level of the new kind of exhaustion, which
The
is
good kind of exhaustion?
-1 to d20 rolls.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, cool.
And, a longer time spent here might require more rolls.
Sure.
Naturally.
Sure. I think everybody in the hallway might hear Ingvar say, "Why can I taste colors? Oh my goodness."
I think that's 1 level. That's like 5 levels. That's really...
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
You feel lightheaded and a pleasant buzz.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and move them, and then we can come back because I'm just going to be asking questions and trying to
Okay.
get information.
So
Yeah.
as Ingvar does that, what do you 3 do?
Honestly, in their invisible state, Embra is waiting for instruction because they turned invisible because Ingvar told them to turn invisible, and now they're waiting to figure. And they said that I was supposed to go in here invisible, and they're very confused.
Well, I know if I go into the sauna room, the sweat's really gonna mess up the glitter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, fair
I
point.
don't know.
Protective makeup.
Could check out the kitchen.
I want to know.
Yeah, that's where we're going. We're gonna check out the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We said we were going to the kitchen, so it's probably, if we don't go there, it'll look weird.
True.
I think that what Ember's going to be doing throughout this bit is that they are seeking people who have that attention and that mark that's been described, right? Like, they know that things are coming from below. They don't know how thick the floor is or how deep it goes, so I can't do the thing that I was like, that would be stupid. I kind of want to do it. But their goal right now is to find out who's watching everyone else and who's making the decision of who goes downstairs.
Okay.
That.
Get out of my brain, Scarlet. DM
I'm just doing
share a
the-
mind. We're on the DM hive mind is what's happening.
Gotta find out who's looking at everyone else while they're high and distracted. Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful singing. We love it.
Thank you. I'll do
Alright,
it more off key next time.
We release an album
so
with
give
that.
me an investigation, Embra.
Hi.
I'll say with advantage because
Investigate-
people aren't aware that you're listening in, so they're talking without any kind of filter.
Investigation is a grand total of. No, that's intimidation. Lol. Intimidation. It is a whopping 16.
16. Okay, that's pretty good. So yeah, you move past Hugh and Waku as they go towards the kitchen and into that large foyer. You see what the others saw: the sweeping staircases up and down, but the entrance to the cellars guarded by those large gladiatorial peeps. And you spend a little time, and in doing so, do hear people anticipatorily, talking about the highlight of the party when those selected by Coyote and her assistants, plural, are invited to the real party.
Okay. And I suppose alongside that, as I'm listening in, I'm visibly looking for people that are bearing that mark proudly, that like the fiery shields. Do the gladiators have them up?
I believe that Hugh is a gladiator. Yes.
That's the one I was worried. That was
Accurate.
honestly the word I was trying to make. Also wondering why there's so much glitter on the floor. Not gonna lie.
Fair. So the religious markings seem to be only borne by the gladiators.
And there's no evidence of them anywhere else, right?
No, like everyone's dressed in personal garb, like their own private. But they're all they're colourful and the fabrics very nice. And you saw this in what Ingvar displayed as well. But it's plain. There's no markings and symbols. It's not a cult. As far as not everyone's in the same robes with markings on them.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I mean, full disclosure, it is a cult, but they're not dressed as cultists.
I'm getting Cold of Dionysus vibes, but yeah.
Oh, you wish it was just Dionysus. Okay, so.
No, it's not. Dionysus is already pretty terrifying.
True.
Don't be talking my man like that.
The art of the satyrs from Theros, like they're just like going completely batshit crazy, and there's like a mortal man like dying in a headlock under one of their arms. It's just like not supposed to be there. This is not the party you are looking for.
Yep.
Yes, it seems that it's not known how people are selected, but it is Coyote herself and these advisors who are who come and select the lucky few.
Okay, understood.
Okay, so Ingvar, let's go to you.
Yeah. So, assuming that that information was kind of picked up in general conversation, then, Ingvar is going to kind of press for, is there any common factor in the people that get invited? Like, are they all like young and beautiful? Are they all like moneyed? If there's anything, or are they just a random selection of people from Port Nyanzaro?
Okay, also give me an investigation check.
Absolutely.
You have a crystal if you want.
I'll use it, because with that -1, that means I rolled a dirty 1, so I'm gonna re-roll. All right, nat 20, but -1, so a 19.
Okay, that's still very good.
Nice.
Excellent. As good as it could be. Okay, so yeah, you kind of, I think the fact that you did get affected by the incense kind of drug does actually help your ability here, because you're not putting it on, right? It's real, yeah. And so you spend some time lounging around with these other folks in here, and they're it's quite good. They're curious about your background and where you've come from, and welcome you to the city, and talk about how lucky you are to have been invited to this, having come from outside the city, and how it took them like decades to kind of get into the right circles and find their way into this
Uh-oh.
invitation here.
Yeah.
And they as you again, the fact that you're not local makes it more believable that you're asking questions and don't know.
Yeah.
And you are like a first timer at the party, and yeah, there doesn't seem to be a pattern to those that have been selected before.
Okay.
But yeah, those. It's rumored that like older people, when they're selected, they can't take that much privilege and pleasure in more than one sitting, because they don't show up again at parties. But
Whoa.
younger folks who are a bit more stamina for it, shall we say, do come again and proudly show off that they have been selected, like the fellow you saw in the dining room.
I think we're dealing with a Cenobite situation here. Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
I've never watched Hellraiser.
Ooh.
Oh, we're talking about that's hell. I have no idea what I'm lost.
Yeah.
I'm 100%
So-
gone.
Cenobites
such
are...
delights to show you.
Thank you, Charlie. Cenobites are like the weird mutant pleasure demons that are from the Hellraiser franchise, and they are
Pinhead, right?
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Pinhead, yeah. But yeah, pleasure is
context
pain.
is-
Pain is pleasure.
Okay.
My context is just knowing what the internet's like.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no connection. Obviously, there's something slightly nefarious, hedonistic going on.
Yeah.
My meta knowledge, because of a campaign I'm working on, I'm like, oh fuck. But
what's that?
Ingvar,
I'm curious.
used to date a certain archfey that had trouble with her sisters in a campaign that we all previously shared. Yeah. So those who know, and those who don't.
Check
The
out Witchlight on YouTube.
please do, thank you. Also, they kind of tell you, they kind of like warn you not to get your hopes up, because newcomers are very rarely chosen, like first timers.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Actually,
Okay.
I'll just want to say have never been chosen.
Oh.
Okay, have never been chosen. Well, hell. Ingvar will let a big sigh and say, I thank you for the answers. This is enough of a soak for me. Although the way you do it with this smoke and this, it's not healthy. Is there a nice bath that I can go fling myself into?
They languidly
No.
point to that door in the south wall. The bathhouse is through there, but as a newcomer to our city, you must respect one's bathhouse. It is held in high esteem, even above other communal areas of the household. It is to be respected and treated with civility. It is a quiet place in the party.
Ingvar turns and will look at them, and even through the soporific effect of the narcotics, suddenly gets serious and will fix them with the gaze of a Jarl of the Valakan and say, amongst my people, the Svana is almost a holy place, a temple. It's not the place to sit around and indolently inebriate themselves. I will treat it with due respect. And we'll move into the bathhouse.
It is cooling down a little, and someone like pours a ladle of
Pokes
water, and you just hear a string of insults and swears in Primordial.
Yeah, just bristles.
Hi, somewhere.
Not respect the bathhouse, please. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll head into the bathing
Talking
area.
to the person. Rude.
All right. And
My happiness at onsen culture throughout the world.
we'll sit, cool down, and clear his head before figuring out how to. Yeah.
Yeah, you see this large space, and there are a few people in here, but it's very quiet,
Yeah.
and they're just respectfully relaxing and using the waters, but they are not. They're not in the same kind of vibe as other places of the party.
Absolutely.
And yeah, just from the module here, the bath is the cornerstone of a Chiltern mansion, even more so than the dining room or family rooms. The family relaxes here during private times, but there's nothing unusual about a merchant prince holding meetings in the bath with trusted advisors and close business associates. Being invited into the household bath is considered an honor in Chiltern society, and treating it as anything less than an honor risks offending the person who extended the invitation. And
Probably easy to pick up that vibe.
so that really shows who's on the guest list for the party. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, it's an open invite into the bathhouse for everyone at the party, which means they all know Quayothe very well.
All right. We'll sit in the corner, head hung low, towel over his head, sobering up and hoping no one really notices him.
Okay.
So,
Hugh, okay.
Going
I
to the
think
kitchen.
we went to the kitchen
Please do.
to reconvene and settle down a bit.
So yeah, you just go down that corridor, and then the southernmost door leads in.
Mm-hmm.
Help yourselves. So as you make your way down, it is huge. It is a big old room.
Southern door, yeah.
Yeah, that's at the end of the corridor. It's a large, high-ceilinged, well-ventilated room. Otherwise, the heat from the cooking fires would make it unbearably hot. And there are stairs leading up to the second floor, directly as you come through there. Waku, next to you there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There are
man,
several
my-
staff bustling around here, and they look. Can we help you?
We were told by the guards this would be a good place to recoup while we prepare for our next performance.
Oh, the entertainment. Very well. Take a seat at the table and stay out of the way.
We take a brief seat at the table and stay out of the way. While watching
Sorry,
what
Josh.
they're making.
Okay.
And seeing if they're adding anything to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. It'll be a dirtied 20.
And a 4 from Hugh. I am decidedly distracted.
By your own window.
True.
Hoisted
Sparkle,
by his
sparkle.
own petard.
Navel gazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You spend the time to get the idea of what's going on here. I think Hugh's just exhausted from the rigorous performance. Waku, you pick up that they're not preparing anything substantial, and they're happy about that. The one thing they enjoy about these parties is that it's just snacks and things, fruits and things that will keep blood sugars up, and the water seems to be they are adding something to the water, but it seems to be just to keep electrolytes and things up, and just to for people to leave the party having enjoyed it as much as possible and be of a positive mindset about that.
So it's
So it's almost like health spa kind of fare.
they're just making sure that everybody's having a good time.
Seems so.
Quayothe holds a good party, for
Yeah.
being a decadent prince.
Quite responsible.
Yeah.
As one perhaps looking after cult members rather than partygoers.
Just maybe.
I would not. I
Very
would not
wealthy,
deign to
influential
say
cultists.
deign to insult my gracious patron who is going to pay us a large sum of gold before we rat.
Nana Poo's voice is like, what?
Oh, not that kind of patron. A money
Different
kind of
patron.
patron.
Ow.
Oh, not me.
that?
then.
Remember to send
Yeah.
some to Grandma.
Yeah. Thanks, Grandma. Love you, Grandma.
You don't call enough.
I'll call for money. Anyway, so
DM hears in his head in the voice of his own mother. Yes.
It's the 2-hour call, and when you start saying goodbye 5 minutes into it, and the remaining hour and 55 minutes is trying to hang up. Yeah.
Yep.
so
Oh, I met Maisie in the town the other day. She asked how you were.
Right.
is that one of those ghosts that
Right.
I didn't get any of their names? I thought they didn't like us very much. Oh,
Oh yes, she asked after you with malevolence. Yes.
okay, that makes sense.
She was hoping you were
Naturally.
dead. She was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, are you dead? Mm.
Damn it. So we I lean over to you. I'm kind of like, any ideas about the basement?
Well, I gotta believe that it'll probably be privately catered. I don't think these guys are gonna be bringing anything down there.
Yeah, I'll back you with that decent roll. I'll say nothing is going to the cellars. This is all for the people on this floor.
Do you reckon if we snuck past the guards, we'd be fine down there?
I don't know. Maybe it's an escorting situation, like they walk them down the stairs and I don't know. Didn't we hear that there's going to be like a specific time?
Yeah, but we're not. We could just try to be audacious enough that they want us down there. That is true.
That was my plan.
We can continue with that plan, and then if it doesn't work, we are whispering.
No problem. The hecticness of this space is enough that's it's unnoticed or unfocused on.
Well, yeah. Suppose we could just continue with that.
Okay. I don't know that it's actually going to work, but it is the plan that we have decided in character. So,
So say again, sorry. Just
we are going to continue to be audacious performers
Yep.
in hopes that our performance is such that we are wanted in the basement.
Yeah. Hope that gets us noticed.
Okay.
Well, continuing, we will go from room to room, being performers, taking note of what's in there while avoiding the areas that might make us a bit hazy.
Fair. Okay. Embra, back to you.
I have done maneuvering and menangling and moving about in the scene. I'm a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie, about everyone, I guess, because I'm an invisible creature and I do not realize if I will ever be visible. I'm looking for people like Zura.
What's the duration?
I'm
on
looking
that?
for... It is an hour for invisibility, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. But I'm honestly on the way back to finding the others. And I'm on a
It will not be
personal
hard to
level,
find Hugh and Waka.
Yeah. I was about to say.
Listen
think
for
though
the
for
annoying.
I think for Ember's worried about the primordial being, like the fire elemental, having one themselves as a friend. But looking for them.
Okay. So you.
Hi. 1 hour. I am concentrating.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this whole, these 3 different investigations haven't taken that long. It would have been about 30 minutes or so, of gathering this information. You turn to go back to where the others are, and a excited Gilsapria, an excited flurry of conversation makes you stop and turn. And let's see here. Please hold. Okay, so
Hey.
yes, an excited flurry of conversation wells up behind you, and as you turn to look back into the main space, you see that the partygoers are rushing into the hallway where you are. Any that were down in that southern chamber have come running from that spot into this main stair
Okay.
hallway.
I think there's a
and-
slight backing up so they're not in the way of anyone.
Yeah, fair enough. And you see two figures, one emerging from each stairwell. You don't recognize them.
Okay. I'll put myself roughly here.
Yeah, no problem. And you kind of step back as the dining room doorway spills open and the people come out from in there. The one that was showing off their scars isn't like pushing forward. It seems you don't get chosen twice.
Yep.
Okay, so they're not necessarily pushing forward. But yes, these two, this person, and
Dinosaur Rider?
this
Question mark?
person
Not
Oh.
Dinosaur Rider.
emerge from the cellars, and they kind of spread their arms wide and greet the various people in the space, and everyone's excitedly gathering around them, but not pushing disrespectfully forward. They're just like making sure that they can be seen. And the two emerge, and they're like, honored guests. Neither of them are Koi, I think, of course.
Yeah.
And they say, our mistress is so glad that all of you could join us today on this evening, this celebration of
There it is.
a day well spent.
Hmm.
And you think, Ember, they might be celebrating a successful assassination.
Yeah, just maybe. just a touch, just a tiny bit. Just a tinge.
Thank you, Matt. And as the two of them spread around, they look around the room slowly, and there's like a excited murmuring. The anticipation is like hanging in the air, much like the humidity of the sauna, almost tangible to the touch, And they say, our mistress has chosen. Who shall be invited to the inner sanctum for tonight's celebrations? And again, I'm just excited murmur of conversation. And they both spin. And it is you who have been chosen. And they turn towards those that have come out of the dining room. They're standing in the north of the chamber there.
Mm-hmm.
And they all start looking at, because they've gestured like with open arms. So it's not specific who they're talking about. And they all start looking excitedly. Who's it to be? Who's it? And the one who's experienced it is like clapping them like on the back as like, oh, one of you's in for a treat. And the two figures just gracefully glide forward. Come now. Don't be shy. Don't hide away. And they push past the dismayed partygoers.
Yep.
Grab Embra by the invisible arms. And there's confusion and murmurs and what's happening? And hoisting you off your feet, Embra, they carry you towards the stairs and
Don't
down
get a chance to resist at all.
into the darkness.
Ah! I think as just a last sort of squawky kind of moment as I'm being pulled in, do they take Kai with me?
Yes.
Damn it.
I mean, but you can send Kai to do something if you want.
I was going to say in that
It
last
does
moment
very
as
specifically
I'm
say anything being worn is also invisible.
yes. So in that brief moment as like it's pulled away and I'm pushed forward, Kai slithers out in a desperate action to try and find Hugh and Waku, who are probably because I have no idea where Ingvar is at this moment. But I know where the other two went.
Okay.
And I'm fighting and but like pathetically. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I still new limbs, tiny arms. I'm small. I wasn't expecting to be grabbed.
True. Now, I mean, on the flip side, these two are also not incredibly strong. Not like the gladiators.
Okay.
You know, you're not.
Okay.
You are being carried, but because there's two of them.
Yep.
So.
Makes what I would love to do not very good though.
As you make your way down the stairs, and well, as you are carried down the stairs, you just see full on art for these fine people. Sorry, I should have got this ready.
No, you're fine. The
This is
struggling.
One of those. And so yes, you are borne aloft and down into the cellars, and you feel a oppressive heat coming up the stairwell from below, and there is a flickering orange glow down beneath. As you are carried down the stairwell, the space here is taken up not by two Chiltons, but the sound of leathery kind of material scraping along stone happens as the two figures shift and move, one of which, I should say, does smell rather strongly of jasmine. And their forms change as large leathery wings unfold, and you are flanked by a succubus.
Knew it!
And an incubus.
Fucking knew it!
Ig and Ook.
And
My favorite part is they are the most ace individual ever.
and you can now finally meet properly Ixis and Inklar, Coyote's most trusted advisors.
Uh-oh.
Copy.
I wondered why it was hot as hell in that sauna.
Sorry, folks.
That's messed
Musical
up.
chairs. Charlie, you're the DM now.
All right. Long rest. Everybody level up, and
Gosh, a level up, what's that like?
Hey, you're supposed to have
Dinner.
leveled up 5 times by now. You chose to start at level 5. Yes, that is requested.
Okay.
It was because of me, because Waku was already
Fair. Okay, yeah, no, legit,
sorry,
legit,
Charlie,
legit.
you're not DMing, but you are Hugh now. That'll do. Sorry, folks. Just bear with us. We're just going to be saying our goodbyes. So, let me quickly switch that over now, just for the sake of how it looks.
Neatness,
Okay.
consistency.
So, yes, this is why your celestial nature was not enjoyed by these two.
Scarlet had hints, but like, Ember honestly was like, "Guys, what the fuck?"
Fair.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just hide. Okay, thank you, friends. Now,
Oh.
do join us next time as Quayoth. Oh.
Welcome back.
I have no idea how that happened.
Now we're gonna be in the wrong places again. And
It's fine. It's
No.
fine.
I'm not in existence. The invisibility word. Woo!
hang on,
So sorry, John.
Colby, why are you in here twice? You're in here twice now.
What?
Yeah, because he hasn't been disconnected yet. Officially.
What? I did, but I did.
Hang on. let me
Hold
go.
on.
Zoom has
Okay.
not realized that you disconnected. It realizes you are no longer providing a feed. It does not know that you are disconnected.
That's
Meh.
so bizarre.
Okay, sorry folks, we've been in the wrong places, but sod it. Okay, so yes, as we are finishing up for today, we need to head a little sharpish, but also it is a very perfect point for that to happen. Kai, bad out of hell's it, quite literally almost, out and towards Hugh and Waku, and we will start with the realization that Ember has been snatched away next time. Okay, so let's us. Hang on. I want to put you in the right places so you can, when we're saying our shout outs and things here.
Put your
Um,
bleep.
No, just whoever is on Waku needs to explain that they are a great and powerful necromancer and that they are simultaneously a simulacrum.
Okay, that there. Let's see here. There. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, so there we go, friends. Yes, next time we will have the confrontation with Kaothe and her infernal friends, as Emperor is invited to the VIP lounge.
Invited,
Hoisted.
wasted,
Um,
snatched.
Indeed, telephone quist. And we shall see and deal with this problem once and for all next time.
Bottle service.
Massive thank you, everybody. Pleasure as always. Everyone in chat, thanks for the support. Okay, so let us leap back into things and say farewell to these fine adventurers, descending into the fiery depths of the cellars. Embra, where can people find you on the material?
Hi everyone, I'm Scarlet Song, she, her, you're not a lichen librarian. When I'm not on my channel or on the College of Inspirations Arc Point, which is back on Fridays, you find me here occasionally, being hoisted, I guess, as Embra, your celestial druid lock of fire, so you know, topical. We're in the right vein of things. As for things that have done recently, please go to the QuestJunkiesUK YouTube channel to check out Candela Obscura Blood and Time, which we recorded last year but has finally seen its release. I think it's some of my best storytelling work yet, and I really apparently have activated like eldritch happiness in me by doing so. So please consider it.
Thank you. And moving on there, Waku.
Hi, I'm Josh. I GM occasionally, but usually you can find me here playing Waku. Please come back next week where you can find me here playing Waku once again, because I'm a simulacrum created for the sole purpose of playing Dungeons & Dragons, and when I am not playing Dungeons & Dragons or creating maps or DMing, I am in a state of non-existence. And it is simultaneously nothing and painful. It's kind of a confusing state of existence, so please come back.
Thank you, Annie. You.
Hello, everybody. I have been Hugh, the Echo Knight fighter. I'm Colby in the material plane, and I am also part of the Vexed Vending group here in Central Florida. We use vending machines to help small artists, makers, creators, etc., to purvey their wares to the tourist audiences here in Central Florida without having to babysit them by, for example, paying for expensive booths at conventions. We're on Instagram. If you're ever in the area, do check us out. Thank you, John.
Thank you. And Ingvar.
Hello, I'm Ingvar, and you have seen me be a bumbling barbarian. In the real world, I am not a simulacrum. I am a government accountant by the name of DM Charlie. I also run games occasionally, and I stream. You can find me here on Thursday evenings on Twitch, DM Charlie Gaming, with our DM Charlie Gaming and Frictionless Dan present The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Just entered Tither. We are having a great time. It's what?
Is that a choice?
To have a great time?
No, well, that's certainly. But no, why are you pronouncing it Tither? I was so confused.
Hither, tither, and yon.
It's thither.
No, it's not.
Wait.
Don't correct my regional colloquialism. Tither. Tether, y'all. It's tether.
That's awesome. I love that.
So we're fighting these creatures. They're on the ship, and I yell to the wizard, "What are these things that have climbed up on the ship?" And he yells back at me, "Say again!" And I'm like, "No. What are they?" And he's like, "Say again!" I'm like, "You can't hear me, you deaf bastard." Anyhow, I also run games on our server, DM Charlie Gaming. We are a community of passionate, diverse, inclusive role players built around a cadre of vetted, phenomenal, professional DMs. Two things. The Monster Manual Expanded Adventures, written by Frictionless Dan, Dan Kahn, Dana Floberg, and others, converted to Roll20 by me, is now available on DM's Guild. And you may have seen Phoenix run the first one, the Archives of Hazan Abdwil.
Which was great.
Yes. Coming March 1st and March 2nd, I am offering free-to-play one-shots. Friday, March 1st, 7 p.m. Pacific time, I will be offering the Archives of Hazan Abdwil for 5th level using pre-generated characters. Maybe you know them from BG3. And the next day, on the 2nd, Saturday, March 2nd, also 7 p.m., we will be running the Feast of Flesh. 5 seats open, preference given to new players that have not played with me before. Get your butt into our server, go into one-shot signups, make your sign, and come and play with me. DM Charlie Gaming, discover your legend. Love your game. Thank you very much, John.
Yes, everyone. Links in the chat there. Do jump into that lovely Discord over there. All those pro DMs ready to take you off on those adventures. And we are QuestJunkiesUK. We play lots of D&D and other TTRPGs, including this week. Speaking of other TTRPGs, our next session will be Out of the Abyss, a singular one-shot experience where they play Blades in the Dark.
Yes.
As they infiltrate the Arcanist's Tower and College of Sorcerer, the seat of the Archmages of Menzoberranzan, in search of a Archmage's grimoire. Yes, we'll be playing a singular, just one-shot session of Blades in the Dark to simulate that heist there. They have the backing of Bregan Death.
What day is that?
That is Wednesday night for you
nice.
in the Americas, and
Sweet.
Thursday morning over this side of the world. Yeah, that's going to be a good old time with that fantastic crew. And then we'll be back with the fabulous folks for Candlekeep Mysteries and Phandelver and Below at the weekend, before back here in the jungles of Chult to battle against evil cultists and their infernal friendos. Okay, now, here is our Discord.
You said they're cultists. Haha, you didn't mean to. You said they're cultists. Oh, wait, that was... Yeah, we're Chult. Yeah,
It was open. Yeah. Open information.
Many times.
You know,
Cultists?
my wife says I don't listen.
She's right.
Cultist?
Cult-
What?
Yeah.
Cultist where the H is silent?
Oh, yeah, Chaltist.
Yeah, Chaltis. I guess
okay,
it's
so
Chaltis.
yeah, there's our Discord there if you want to find out what's going on and see when we go live, and all sorts of different channels in there. Share tasty goodies that you've got going on. Look to be a player or look for players in your games. Share all kind of things and get the news about what's going on with us and sneak peeks of art and that kind of thing beyond anywhere else. If you want to catch the VODs, they're over on YouTube there. Lots and lots of fun
Like for
adventures
what?
to
Beyond the Witchlight.
enjoy. And indeed, we will see you very, very soon for those Underdark shenanigans. But till we do, let us head off raiding somewhere else and see who is on at the moment. I think let's go and see what everybody's over at the Grouch Couch. Something Charlie and I can vibe with.
Such a crazy name. I love
You
it.
know, maybe this week I did actually shout at squirrels that were messing with the bird feeder.
Actually, I
So
love
let's head on over for that. Okay, thank you everybody. Absolute pleasure as always. But till next time, stick around for the raid if you've got them. Let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai.
We are
Oyasumi.
Yes, me.